Hey Mark, are you ready to record the show?
Hey, buddy, get in here. It's Saturday morning. We got to talk toys. Dude, what were you I saw whenever I would move the camera around, like when I was cutting, what was going on, man? Like, what was that face I saw?
This is my stunt head that I'll
Look at that.
I'll just
Thing's
hold
dope.
up in place of my head.
Uh-oh.
That's
Got
my
some-
alert that the greatest show ever is starting right now. Why do I have a
Nice.
notification for my own show? I don't know, but I do.
In case you're asleep.
Right?
So today is what happens when Greg and I are backstage and we're just chatting it up and we're just talking. And then like all of a sudden we're like, oh crap, it's 11:01. We better start the show. That's what's going on. Look at this chat blowing up already.
Got some
Look at this
OGs
chat
in here.
already.
Got some OGs.
All right. Well, before I welcome the chat, boy, there's all kinds of celebrations this weekend. It's No King's Day. And it's also Father's Day tomorrow for people who observe.
Happy
If,
Father's Day to all the daddies out there.
all the daddies. What's Nova getting you? And Rocky. It's
I
Nova
don't
and
know.
Rocky,
We'll
right?
see, man. It better be a big presentation tomorrow, man. It better be some cake with all the frosting on it, or brownies, or something, man. It better be good.
You know, if them dogs had anything to do with it, they ain't gonna have no frosting on it.
Frosting's gonna be licked clean off.
It's gonna be licked clean off. You know it. Also, next week is wait, no, that's not next week. I was gonna say next week is I don't know why I have that on my notes. I was like, never mind. Don't worry about it. There's nothing next week. I was gonna
Next
we'll
week,
say something.
Joe Fest, is it not?
Next week is Joe Fest. That's gonna bring me to Maryland Toy Expo. We're gonna talk about that in a minute. But look
Okay.
at all this. Just chat's been blowing up since what? 10:47. Andy the collector. Hey Andy, how's it going? I know Andy's kind of down in the dumps this morning because he wanted to go to the Maryland Toy Expo, didn't get a chance to. We do have some friends that are there. Curtis is like he's ready for the greatest show on YouTube. That's right. Blake, Recon Rage is here. Good morning.
My
Good
man.
morning. Andy says, "Hey, Blake is here. My favorite Joy Toy collector." That's right.
Blake's been blowing it up. He's been on like 18 different shows. Every time I'm on YouTube, he's on there.
Yeah,
My man's a celebrity.
exactly. He's trying to move in on Curtis's.
The inevitable. Yeah.
Yeah. How many predators you getting? That's a good question. Let's see. Curtis says, hello, going to watch my favorite show. And then Darla and I are going to do some pegging. Okay. All right, then. There we go. Brian Carr, good morning, everybody.
Morning, Brian.
Curtis says, and by that he means hang a pegboard with some pegs for some extra legions. Okay. All right. I'm glad he clarified because I was like, man, he's getting really comfortable in the chat.
Right?
Let's see here. William Houston. I dream of having a wall of four horsemen stuff. One day. Elemental Crafting. Good morning, everybody. I want to
What's
say
up, Joe?
good morning. I'm going to say good morning to Joe. Joe is a stand-up guy. After last week's show and you showed off what he sent you,
Mhm.
I messaged him and I was like, hey, I'm going to have to commission one of those swappable boards that you made
Absolutely.
for Greg because that thing looked incredible. Look at that. I was like, I need one of those for my review space. And he's like, I got you. Don't
Look
worry
at
about
that.
it.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, it's beautiful. That's incredible. It's such good work.
Yeah, he does dios too, I believe.
I'm getting a diode this week.
But check out his Instagram.
Yeah, man.
Where
What is his?
Where you
Is
getting
it
that
just
from, buddy?
elemental_crafting? Is that his Instagram?
Yes.
Like right here.
Where are you
Okay,
getting
yeah, check it out.
your dio from?
I'm getting a dio from Steve Mank
The
at
Mank?
Articulated Empire. He happened to have a picture of it. It's like a corner. It's got a floor and two walls that meet and some arched windows. It looks like a Gothic church or something.
Nice. I need a
And
little
I
one.
saw it on his table. He said it was, and I asked him about it. I'm like, are you selling that or you just have it for display? And he's like, no, I have it for sale. And I was like, I want that. So he's like, it's yours. So
Where'd
I
you
bought
get-
it from him.
Where'd you get that little one that you do in your reviews, like the stairway? I need something little for the light box that I just got.
Yeah. I got this from Big Bad Toy Store, and it's from a company called Toys, and it's really dusty. It's got a little soft pad on the bottom.
Yeah, I need to pick
They
up
have a
one of
lot
those.
of stuff on Big Bad Toy Store. It's made out of like this rubbery kind of. It's not polystone. It feels kind of like a very hard plastic,
Mhm.
kind of rubbery plastic. It's not bendable. I don't know why I'm saying rubbery, but it's lightweight. It's not very heavy. It's just black on the back, and I love this thing. It's very versatile. You can turn it
Yeah,
each way. You've got a little
yeah.
window with some light to come through. I have a couple of others pre-ordered and on the way because I know people are probably tired of seeing that in my reviews. But I have some others. Just go to Big Bad Toy Store and type in Toys, and
I'll
you'll
check it
see all
out.
the stuff they have.
Thank you.
It's not very expensive. Curtis was getting antsy. It was 11 o'clock. He's like, "Let's go, let's go."
Mhm.
YouTube never means never, on time. Let's see here. Andy says Curtis's cereal is going to get soggy. JD Gibson's here. Hello, good morning, sir.
Oh, JD.
Got J Mac in the house. Good morning, J Mac.
Curtis is a lot of things, but patient, not so much.
And barefoot. He's also not barefoot.
Right.
My wife made a Curtis barefoot joke last night. We were at one of my son's jazz performances, and it was very casual. It was a very casual event. So I was, of course, in my Florida uniform, which is a t-shirt and shorts, cargo shorts and flip-flops. I
Mm-hmm.
had my phone and my camera on, and I had it in my lap, waiting for my son to come up on stage, because he plays jazz piano, and so my camera was on, and it was on my foot and my barefoot with a flip flop on it. And my wife said, "You should just snap a picture of that and send it to Curtis." And I was like, haha, he would like that. I was like, he would like that joke. Blake says, "Curtis is my hero. I get on YouTube to hang out with all my friends. Not a competition going on here at all.
It's great seeing
Timeliness
you,
is
Blake.
next to godliness." That's right.
Always good to see Blake. Great dude.
That's right. And then Andy says, "Speaking of diodes, our good friend Gresquay's wife made an awesome diode for her plunderlings."
I saw that. Yeah, she did one also for Guessagoy for his for Father's Day. That's beautiful.
Oh man, that's awesome. That's
Curtis
awesome.
is his own hero.
Yeah, I love that. I
That
love that.
is
Speaking of,
good
it's
one,
so
Mel.
true, so true. Speaking of Steve Meg, I just want to say that this episode is brought to you by Articulated Empire. Head over to articulatedempire.com. Build your empire. He really is. We're going to be bringing up Steve a lot today. Yeah, actually, I'll be honest with you. One of my pickups this week is inspired by Curtis,
Okay. I'm interested in that.
and another pickup has to do with Curtis. So there's
Oh,
gonna be a lot of
geez.
Curtis. I
Well,
know.
Curtis, you
I
should have just
know.
been
I
here, I
know.
guess.
I guess. Let me look at my notes and see. Oh, also want to talk about. I launched a new podcast this past week. Hey, let's talk about that for a second. It's called Across the Toyverse. It's done between myself and my good friend Scott Peavy. Lives here in Tallahassee. You've probably heard me say this before. He's a stand-up comedian, very funny guy. He's also a really cool toy collector. Loves posing, loves making pose videos, loves anything funny and hilarious. A lot of his poses and a lot of his little storytelling he does in his pose videos is always hilarious. It's always funny, kind of Deadpool humor. He loves Deadpool. He cosplays at our local events as a character called Dadpool. So he's got like a dad bod going on. Looks like Deadpool. Has a little mustache. It's pretty funny. Pretty funny guy. So we launched our first episode of Across the Toyverse. We're going to try to record another episode tomorrow. We'll launch it next week on Wednesday at 11, right here on YouTube. It's an audio only podcast, and we just talked about action figures. This past week, we talked about the good, the bad, the ugly with Spider-Man action figures and action figure collecting. All things Spider-Man. This past the one we're going to be doing this week, I think we're going to be doing it on third-party companies and knockoffs, and the good ones, the ones to go after, and the ones to avoid. So because he and I buy a lot of those, so check that out if you get a chance. It's right here. Just click on YouTube on our channel, and then just go into the podcast tab, and you will find it. Maryland Toy Expo. We've got some friends out at the Maryland Toy Expo today. Heinrich is there. John is there. A lot of the Cabal members in that area are there. I believe this was a street team event hosted by Wolf King. Is that correct? Lynn and
Yes.
Van. Here's everybody outside. This morning there's Heinrich in the middle with some characters there in the back. Who we got back there? You know more people in the
We've
Cabal than I
got
do.
Brett Stoddard. We've got Mike Rogers. We've got Chris Marty Max. We've got Dub and his son, Heinrich, Ryan. And I don't know who that guy is behind Ryan and Heinrich. I'm not sure who that guy is.
Okay. Yeah. All right. He's a tag along.
To
And
be
then, of course,
determined. Maybe someone in the
Amber.
chat knows who that is.
Right there in the
Yeah,
front.
and then Amber, of course.
There we go.
We
We've
got
got
some-
Lynn and Van purpling it up.
Look at all those beautiful figures right there. We've got some
Man.
headhunters. One of those is mine. Thank you, Heinrich.
Yep.
Got some
Simon.
minions, some Barbies there, some barbarians. We got some
Yep.
swiggies. I see one Sir Gideon.
I see a couple of bishops up there. That makes me happy. It makes me
Yeah.
think that we're going to have some of those at Joe Fest next week. I got to pick one of those up.
Yeah,
It's
you
looking
need
good.
one, buddy. We got some terps, some terpiculies.
Yep.
We got one Lynn LaGuardia. We've got a Van. I don't know who that guy is to the left.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he just got lucky. Here's another shot that Heinrich sent us. All these pictures, of course,
Nice.
are
Yep.
courtesy of
Got
Heinrich.
Up check. We've got a Rakagor. I see Poxus. I see Balulith.
They got the
Nesha.
skeleton graveyard 4-pack up
I
there.
need to get one of those. I don't have one of those yet.
Yeah, you just got one, right? You just got one of the little guys.
Yeah, I have one. Brett sold me one individual. Brett's been there since Friday. That's right.
Nice. Lots of really good stuff. I'll be going to Joe Fest.
That's awesome.
I'll be going to Joe Fest next weekend.
Are you going Saturday, Sunday, or is it just one day?
I'm going Friday and Saturday. So we're going to go. Me and a friend are driving up on Friday morning. We're staying with another friend that's local that's going up. It's got us an Airbnb. He so graciously paid for it. We're going to stay there.
Nice.
And then we're going to hang out Friday, go a little bit Friday night. I'm going to go hang out with some friends. I have some friends that'll be there coming from other parts of the country that will do like the Friday night lobby stuff, sitting talking, lobby swap stuff will be going on. Then we're going to partake all day Saturday, probably leave, I'd say probably mid-afternoon, early evening, mid to late afternoon, head home. It's about a 5-hour drive, 5.5 hours. So
I got a random question, man. What's all these figures that are stacked behind you that need some opening?
right there.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. Yeah, that's my my growing Star Wars Black Series pile of shame.
Okay.
I buy them.
You need a
And
mass opening.
dude, I probably have there's probably 40 or 50 figures right there.
Yeah.
That need to be opened. I don't have my Black Series out. I don't have them displayed anywhere.
I
And
get you on that.
so I have no incentive. Like I'm just buying them and I just put them in that stack.
I mean, you
and I
still
leave them there.
want them. It's just you don't really.
Right.
You know,
I don't
like
want to
that's
track them down later at a higher
Me-
price.
Me and classified. Like I love classified, and I keep ordering more and I keep buying, but I don't display them anywhere. So they just
Yeah.
into a bin for now.
Yeah. And that's what I don't want to do. I don't want to open them and just throw them in the bin, but without opening them, they're still just sitting there. So
Sorry, I didn't mean to
Yeah.
call you out. I just was curious.
no,
what
no,
that
no,
was.
absolutely. Absolutely. Let's see here. Let's get back to the chat real quick. William Golden. Oh, we've got Michael. What is it? Michael Casper is here.
Yep, Mike is here.
We got James Studio Samudio. Look
What's
at
up, James?
this. Curtis with another super chat, watching Double Jointed and Open in my Mayfix. Superboy, life is good. Oh my
Life is
goodness.
good, buddy.
I opened mine.
Twinsies.
Opened mine just a couple days ago, man.
You
That
guys
thing
could
is
have did
fire.
a double opening.
We could have. Yeah. Hey, I wonder how many openings Curtis and I have together. Andy says legend is Brett Stoddard been there since Friday? Probably has. That's right.
He is a legend.
Andy says if there's any astromech droids, I'll help you with that. I don't think I have any astromech droids. We
need
did get a new Hasbro fan stream for Star Wars this week, and boy, they went with the goodness. If anybody watched it, man, there's some fire stuff coming out, but the
That TIE
prices
fighter.
are high. Vintage collection
typewriter.
TIE Fighter and Darth Vader, really nice, but it's $140.
Yeah, I've always wanted that. Never had
Yeah.
one.
I think I'm gonna have to get that. I don't buy vintage collection stuff, but that thing looks nice, especially with the swap out battle damage wing. It's pretty tight.
It is
I want to
pretty
hang
cool.
it from my ceiling, like right over in this area.
Now, are you gonna open the carded Vader that it comes with, or just get a? I
Oh
might just get
yeah,
a regular. I've
yeah,
got other vintage. I've got a bunch of vintage Vaders, so I might just
yeah.
pop one of those in and leave that carded.
Yeah,
It's a
I do want
special
to get that
one.
Black Series Anakin and Obi-Wan from Revenge of the Sith. That looks incredible. Again, I don't know why it's $110. Seems a little pricey. That's two $50 figures. I mean, two $25 figures and,
Yeah,
maybe a 25, 30, $40
Hasbro.
base.
That's Hasbro math.
Yeah, it's Hasbro math. It looks amazing. I know some people are freaking out. They're saying, "Oh, it's San Diego Comic Con exclusive. I'm not going to be able to get it." But if you look at their last big exclusive, which was that Ronin and R5 set, I mean, that thing went up on Amazon the day of. It was, I mean, you could still order that thing
Still there. Yeah.
today on Hasbro Pulse. So I think there's a lot going on with these two particular figures that. They're new, they're newly engineered, they're fully new sculpts head to toe. They're doing a lot of really new stuff with Black Series, and I think this is going to be carrying forward with their Black Series line, probably in anticipation of the price going up to possibly $30 a figure. I would
Right.
imagine that the new engineering that they're putting into this Obi-Wan and this Anakin, I think they're going to I think they're going to want to get this set into the hands of as many people as possible
Right.
to kind of show them, hey, look, we're probably going to be bringing this to the full retail line as well, and the prices are going to go up, and this is why. Because this Anakin and Obi-Wan, they have boot swivel, which is great. I mean, the swivel points hidden down in the boot, which is really nice. I mean, that's kind of unheard of for Black Series. They've got some really nice butterfly joints, very soft PVC that mimics soft goods. So the PVC is loose pieces that are getting out of the way. The arms
Mhm.
can move, the legs can kick. They've got force wielding hands instead of a left hand with a trigger finger on it, which is incredible. It
I
just looks
always
good.
hated that.
So
Yeah, I always
I had
hated
some
that.
local friends that were like freaking out and like, man, I'm not gonna be able to get one, and now I got to go find somebody who's gonna be there. Look, listen, you ain't got to do that. I think there's gonna be plenty of this to go
Absolutely.
around,
Absolutely.
and it's $110. Hasbro's gonna want to rake in that money.
They like their money.
I think this is going to be very
Yeah.
very easy to get once San Diego Comic Con's over. They did say it's going up on Hasbro Pulse. So
Question on the event. You posted some pictures. I think it was either you or Jeff in the group. One of the
Jeff,
Jedi, didn't they just do that female Jedi with the green face? I thought they
no,
just
so
did
they
her.
they did. So what they did was they showed off Barra Safi, who is the new Jedi. They brought out Luminara and Dooley to show that that's her, because in the movies, Barris is Luminara's Padawan, but in the if you remember, Barris Laffy has a huge presence in Clone Wars, the
Mhm.
cartoon with Ahsoka, because
I
they're both
remember that. Yeah.
Padawans. They brought her out just to show that this is what they'll look like together. So the green Luminara, that's not the one that's coming out.
Oh,
Barasafi is the
okay.
new one. They showed off the Jedi Temple Guard, which looked incredible.
It
Man,
did
they
look
looked
cool.
good.
Yeah, it did
They
look
did
cool.
show off that Ronin figure, which I called. I said they are going to put this figure back out in the main line.
It's
They'll
colored though, right?
probably they'll probably do it in color, so that the black and white is the Japanese celebration exclusive. But I was like, this thing's fully tooled, head to toe, brand new. There's no way they're not going to put that back out again. And they did. They put it back out in the main line. So yeah, they had a really good showing this week. I thought it was pretty good. I'm excited. But I am like we're pushing that price point. I can hang with Black Series if they go to $30 a figure, if they're $29.99, and they bring the same level that we've been seeing with like
Right.
the Shock T and these new Anakin and Obi-Wan figures. If they start bringing that level of quality to every figure
That's
and they go to 30,
good.
I'm okay. But we go over $30, I don't know, man.
You need
I
more
don't know.
hands. You need more accessories.
Yeah.
Make
Yeah,
it worth
exactly.
it, because you're really you're really pushing the envelope I mean, you're pushing the fans, like their desire for those figures. They
Yeah,
better bring the heat. If you
they
want
better
me to
bring
buy
it.
another
Yeah,
Anakin or Obi-Wan or Grievous or Vader, it's got to come with a lot of stuff if you're going to make me pay
right.
more than the
And Andy does
regular.
bring up a good point that the green Asajj witch was pretty cool. They did show off their Halloween
Awesome.
offerings. They had a witch that was Asajj that's on a broom, which was cool. That did look cool. They did have like a royal guard that's like a ghost that
Mhm.
glows in the dark, and then they showed off a death trooper or one of the Night Sisters, like dead troopers, but it was a mummy. I thought that was pretty spot on. But yeah, that's Maryland Toy Expo. That's all the news for Star Wars this week. And we talked about Joe Fest a little bit. I'm really hoping that Savage Crucible is going to be at Joe Fest. Well, I know they're going to be there, but I hope they have Wave 2 of Savage Crucible at Joe
I think
Fest.
they
That would
said
be,
they had stuff for cons, right? They had stuff
yeah.
for
I just hope it's
Kickstarter.
coming already. That's what I would hope.
Yeah, it should
But
be
yeah,
shipped.
let's yeah, it should be shipping soon. We're going to be talking about it. That's our double down. So stick around
Oh
for
yeah,
that.
right.
All right, so let's get into the commercials.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Okay, and it was so funny. I just checked my text messages because before the show, I texted somebody that I know that works at Harbinger Studios, and I said, "Hey, will you guys have Wave 2 on sale at Showfest next week?" And they said TBD.
Hmm.
So, man, I tell you what, if
That
they're
would
going to
be
be at
awesome.
Showfest with those figures, that would be awesome, and I'm going to be broke
Mark's gonna be like,
selling it out. That's right. All right, so let's get into our commercials here. Oh man, we've got some good ones today. Here's our first one.
It's coming soon, a world where everything runs on air, so air is more precious than gold. But in Airlandia, the tyrants of wind control the air, and only a rebel band of heroic air raiders has the power to stop them.
Fighting for air against the tyrants of wind.
In the world of Airlandia.
Air Raiders. It's coming soon from the makers of G.I. Joe, Air Raiders.
Look at that, where air is more precious than gold.
air raid.
I never had any. I never
Me
had any
neither.
air raiders.
I thought they looked cool, but I never had any. No, I didn't.
Yeah, never had any
I
of
bet
those.
Andy did.
Yeah, I bet he did. Let's see here. Oh, William Houston says, I'm ready to watch The Acolyte again and give it another chance. Absolutely.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. We do know that story is going to continue in a novel, I think, coming out next year. So too bad it's not a live action show, but
And that
what are you gonna do?
Starfighter is full steam ahead, as far as I know.
That's right. Blake says, Mark, you need to stop asking questions your wallet can't handle. That's the truth. Well, you sound like my wife.
That's right.
And the Tyrants of Wind are PGG approved. That's absolutely correct. Man, this is one of my favorite commercials. I came across it this week. I remember seeing it as a kid. But man, this one brought back memories.
Advanced Dungeons and Dragons action figures. A world where adventure never ends.
Whoa.
You control warriors with
Look at this
battle-matic arms
set.
that fight Grimsword.
There's no escape from my evil dungeon.
Strongheart,
Escape is near.
Mandoom, and Metaflame.
Mando.
Battle-matic arms and shield shooters.
Once again, good triumphs over evil. For now.
Advanced Dungeons and Dragons action figures with battle-matic features from LJN.
I don't remember the shield shooters. Look at that.
War Duke, baby.
Look at that. You had it ready to go, man. I have,
What a
of course,
figure.
the NECA remakes, but I have some of my original Dungeons and Dragons up on
Do
the
you?
shelf. Yeah, and then I have the NECA, or not the, was it NECA that did the Lost Wave of figures? I have those like right there. They're all
Yeah,
carded.
maybe.
I can't bring myself to take them off the card. They just
I don't
look so
blame you.
good.
I don't blame you, man.
This past week, we celebrated Ghostbusters Day, and there was a lot of Ghostbusters news that came
There
out. So I
was.
figured, man, we better have some Ghostbusters stuff to represent on Saturday. So
Right.
there you go.
Each sold separately.
See any ghosts? Not yet. Figment, it's back to the bone. Get me out.
Looks like you're really into him, Stan.
Zap him. Safe.
Not so safe. It's Sludge Bucket.
What a slob. I've been gooped. Activate new turtle blasters.
We ain't afraid of no ghosts.
Peter Venkman, Bad to the Bone and Sludge Bucket with ectoplasm, each sold separately. Ghostbusters from Kenner.
I never had Bad to the Bone, but I always wanted him. He looked really cool. I hope they put him back out in the Kenner's re-release line because I would definitely buy that. Andy says, yeah, if you had any of the original D&D line, you had Warduke. Yeah,
Absolutely.
I actually still have my
And the horse,
Warduke from when I was a kid. Yeah, that thing was really nice.
Beautiful figure, man.
All right. I'm glad Andy is with us today because, you know, I wish he could have gone to Maryland Toy Expo, but I'm glad he's here because
Me too, man.
I always want to see if I can stump him. And if he wasn't here, he wouldn't be able to be stumped. And I think I've got a good one today. All right, it's our favorite game that's sweeping the nation. Name that tune. Let's get after it. Here's the clip. Oh, I hope I stump him.
I leave all my inventions to my dear friend, Priscilla Alden. Nay, I leave all my inventions to young cousin Beth, whom I have first met this very day.
Cousin Abigail.
Cousin Tom. Flee, or they shall do thee in too.
Don't sweat it, Cousin Abigail. I'll get us both out of here safe and sound.
Plot twist.
What in the world?
Get real. This could be hazardous to my health. Forget hazardous. Make that terminal.
Gladly.
All right. I knew this was going to throw some people
That was
off.
that's a grim cartoon, man.
Dude, we've got Puritan times. We've got pilgrims.
We've got lightsaber tools, cutting tools.
Now, then there's like some sort of laser wrench that came out of a gun. Like, what is going on here?
But they're taking him to like a fire pit or like a conflagration, man. And he's already got his guess in. I don't even know, dude. Wow, bro.
1,000 years from now, a perfect world. Laser tag champion Jamie Jaron is the sole possessor of starlight power. Until the resurrection of a master criminal from the past, Draxon Greer.
Apparently those guns can
Races
just
through
do
time in his
anything
quest
they
to
want
conquer
you
the future.
to.
He is pursued by Jamie Jaron. Jamie must team with her ancestors, Tom, Beth, and Nikki Jaron.
Traveling through time.
Join us now in their adventure through time to preserve the past, save the future, and keep the peace established by the Laser Tag Academy.
Wow. How do they get all that from like a laser tag game? Like that you invest in a gun that you wore?
Oh no.
Like they made a whole like time traveling with your family, your ancestors, and they were just brainstorming on that in that boardroom, man.
Exactly. But you know, I'm playing this episode and Andy's like, yeah, I remember that Puritan.
Dude's a savant.
Dude, it's crazy.
He's wasted talent.
I thought for sure he wasn't going to get this one. Dude, that episode's called Witch Switch.
He couldn't be any less stumped.
I know, right? Like he was like, oh yeah, like it's like I threw up Transformers. It's like I threw up a clip of like Optimus Prime talking to Bumblebee, and I'm like, all right, you guys aren't gonna get this one, you know? And Andy's like, yeah, I got it. That's funny.
Savant, man. He's a savant, dude. There's no.
Yeah, I wanted to go back to this. J Max said Warduke's one of the greatest toy designs ever. Absolutely, I couldn't agree with you more.
Cheers on
one
that.
of my favorite villains of all time. He's incredible. Elemental Crafting says, no idea, but this looks awesome. It does. This was really fun.
I would watch it.
Yeah, I forgot all about the pentagram time travel ray. Yeah, apparently those guns could do whatever they needed to do. You need to fill a bridge? Sure. You need to cut a
Well,
hole
I
in the
hope they didn't
side of
get
a
burned to death
barn?
at the stake.
I know. Andy says, I can remember toy cartoons and comics from 40 years ago, but can't remember why I walked in the kitchen. Yeah, I know.
That's
Exactly.
me every day. What sucks is my girlfriend's
Absolutely.
the same way, and we're like, we're trying to remind each other what we're doing, and
Yeah.
yeah,
Andy is the cartoon whisperer. Yeah,
he really is.
absolutely. For sure. 100%.
Andy's a
Dang,
gift. He's a
thought I
gift.
stumped him on that one.
Andy's a gift to all of us.
Yeah. Next week, though. Next week. I'll get you next week.
I'll get you.
Man, I got to tell you, these wish list pages sometimes get kind of hard because a lot of times I keep seeing the same catalog over and over and over again. And I'm like, give me something new, give me something new. And a lot of times the pages were themed, to like one specific toy line. So I love it when I come across a page that mixes stuff together. So you're not just choosing from one toy line. And that's what we have this
Cornucopia.
week. Yeah, check this out.
Oh
This is pretty
yeah.
dope. They call this the good versus evil. So this
That makes
is
it
the
girthy.
RoboCop toy line. If any movie deserved a line of toys to get kids to watch it, it was definitely RoboCop. And then the New Adventures of He-Man, which I have to tell you, I have a soft spot in my heart for those
Do
figures
you?
because I do, because they're kind of like classic, like late 80s, early 90s designs. I don't remember when New Adventures of He-Man came out, but they really leaned heavily into that space theme.
Yeah, I went sci-fi for
Um,
sure.
and then so I've pretty much stopped collecting Masterverse stuff, but um, but when they put out a New Adventures of He-Man figure, I do pick it up. Like I do have He-Man and Skeletor and Slushhead, or not Slushhead, this guy, whatever that guy is, number 8. What's number 8? Flog. Is that Flog? Is that who they made in the Masterverse line? I have him, I believe. Um, but yeah, these are fun. These are really fun. Did you have any of these figures, by the way? Any
No,
RoboCop or?
that was past my time, dude. I don't even remember seeing them in stores.
Yeah, they also had the caps that you could put in their backs,
Okay.
like cops did. I had some of these. I definitely had this car, number 5, Robo One, and I had that motorcycle,
Nice.
RoboCop's number 6. So the supercharged police cycle figure's not included, and that's also the bad guy cycle. But I had the RoboCop cycle. Of the figures, I believe I had the first 4 right here. I
Okay.
definitely had number 1 and the bad guy. I believe his name was Headhunter.
Headhunter, yeah.
I think was his name, even though he looks like Paulie from The Sopranos with that haircut. I definitely had that guy. And then, what are the names for number 2?
Yeah, see,
Nitro and Wheels
Nitro,
Wilson.
Wheels Wilson, Dr.
I had those too.
McNamara, and Ace Jackson.
I didn't have those bottom
Now, was it a
guys at all.
cartoon? Was there a RoboCop cartoon or?
Andy's gonna have to answer that. I don't remember there being a cartoon, but there very well could have been, but I don't think so.
I think my
It would.
pickups would be RoboCop, probably the Robo One. I'm a motorcycle guy, so I would pick up the RoboCop S.
Yeah.
I guess is cycle.
Yeah.
And then I like this Eternia, this Starship Eternia. That's pretty cool. So I would probably pick that up, even though I don't really want the figures. I like the ship.
Yeah. Okay. Curtis says Andy's an idiot savant, and I'm just an idiot.
Me too, man.
Get you next time, Gadget.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
Andy
good,
says,
man.
oh yeah, I can only do that once. If I do it again, I'll start coughing.
Yeah,
Starship, Eternia, RoboCop, and RoboCop 1, absolutely. Andy said Slushhead for sure. Slushhead was great. I remember that number 10, that eyeball guy, didn't his eye pop out? It was on a ball, or am I thinking of the Ghostbusters toy?
Optic. I don't know. Andy might know.
Number 10.
I've never seen any of these.
You've never seen the toys for
No.
New Adventures?
Nope.
Oh. Curtis says, New Adventures is the most difficult cartoon to watch. It's cool design, but the ideas cool ideas, but rough cartoon. Yeah, exactly. Andy says there was a cartoon. It was called RoboCop and the Ultra Police. I do not
Okay.
remember that. I have to check it out. Maybe we'll do it for a Name That Tune one Saturday. Paul Morales says, "Hey everybody,
What's up, Paul?
Brian Carr. RoboCop was a cartoon, but like Cops, but much better." Ooh, throwing the gauntlet down because I love the Cops cartoon. I thought that was pretty dope. That was a good cartoon. Okay, all right. So we have done all of our. Have we done it all? Let me check my notes. Have we done it all? Is it time for pickups?
I got a question on 12, that Astro sub. That kind of looks like that. What was that? Power? No, with the power
Captain
glove?
Power,
Captain Power.
where you would shoot the lasers
Yeah.
at your TV.
Like
Yeah,
maybe they reused parts of that or something. I don't know.
it is very possible. Yeah, those ships had a very sleek design to them for sure. It did look a lot like that. I remember there being a lot of vac metal on those RoboCop vehicles that would just flake off. I always hated that. It just meant I was just playing too hard with my stuff.
Playing too hard, man.
With your stuff. It'll happen every time. All right. Let's see here. We are on to pickups. There we go. I've got a few this week, not as nearly as much as last week, but I got a few.
Yeah, I've got like 3 or 4.
The first thing I want to show off some little things that I got.
What you got?
These are just some little things I picked up this past week from Can of Beans. If anybody is familiar, it's a little company that 3D prints like effect pieces. I think the Cabal took notice when they started doing some space stuff for Cosmics. They did some shields and some laser swords for the Cosmic Legions. I've bought a few of those. I picked up this little piece, which is like a punching piece. It's got a little hole in it. You can put this on a wrist peg, put the hand on it. It'll fit most 1/12 scale figures. So got some special effect pieces, like some punches and some pals, and some swooshing effects to kind of put on. And it actually came with a little tab of like grayish colored sticky tack to like put these on your figures. Because I like to do pose videos mostly with Spider-Man stuff. So it's kind of cool to have that kind of stuff laying around.
Absolutely.
Another little pickup that I got this week. I actually had ordered these about 2 weeks ago. If you remember, I showed off that I bought a little diorama piece that was like the top of a church cathedral with a cross, and I painted it. It was from this guy called Mr. G's Toys, and you can look him up. It's MRGZTOYZ online, and it's another little small company that makes 3D printed parts. And I saw these and I knew I had to have them, and I bought an extra set and I sent them without him even knowing to Curtis, just as a little thank you for just being a big friend of the show. But what they are little hands with Ankh special effects for the McFarlane Toys Dr. Fate, the classic Dr. Fate figure. And so if you can see it, it's got like a little like kind of runic design, and on the back is the little clear translucent hand that plugs in. And the cool thing is that it comes off and it's got a little plug, and so you can plug the hand in, so it's a clear little translucent hand for your classic Dr. Fate, and then you can do the effect piece or not, whatever you
Where'd you get that?
want.
Is that Can of Beans also?
No, it's from a guy called Mr. G's Toys, MRGZTOYZ. I'll send you the link.
Yeah, please send me that. I'm a big
and I want to say
fan too.
Yeah, I want to say this was $10. You get a left and a right hand. And I just picked up 2 sets, and I sent one to Curtis because I know he loves Dr. Fate, and I know he was messing around with his Dr. Fate. I think he had made some custom hands. I forgot who he took them from, Blue Beetle or somebody. And so I was like, I'm gonna send him those. Let's see. Yeah, Cops was an amazing show, and it holds up today. Andy says Cops was or maybe something about RoboCop. It was on early Saturday morning when I was a kid at Dino Riders, and occasionally there'd be an X-Men pilot. Pride of the X-Men that sadly went nowhere. Curtis says, yeah, the Dr. Fate effect pieces are amazing. Thanks, Mark. Of course. Brian Carr says, yes, cops rocked, hoping new figures are done well. Yeah, me too. I think they will. Yeah. Oh, Andy says these look like they would also go great with the Page Punchers Constantine too.
I could see that for sure.
Probably so. But yeah, that's just some. Oh, and then I had a friend of mine. These are just all my little stuff. So I had a friend of mine who bought this figure strictly for the Infinity Gauntlet. But this is the Adam Warlock Marvel Legends figure. He literally bought it, opened up the package, took the little glove off, and he was like, "I have nothing to do with this." And I was like, "Well, I'll take it." And he's like, "You can have it." So I picked that guy up, and I'm debating on whether or not I care enough to get him a custom cape.
I think he would look better with a soft cape for sure.
Yeah, but I'm thinking, no, but do you want to go check and see if she can play? You can go check if you'd like. Okay. I'll be out in a little bit. What you got? What you pick up? So I've got more, but that's just my little stuff.
Yeah. This is little also with the Infinite Legions craze going on with Faden. Onel had a sale for more Faden. So I picked this guy up.
Nice.
With a hand cannon. Bought a little hand cannon, and then they gave me this guy for free. Oops, dropped it. Have not opened yet. A little orange.
Oh, look at that little guy. I like that. That's cool.
Orange guy, yeah. Pretty cool.
He kind of has the design of like those ancients in Fifth Element.
Yes.
You know how they would kind of like lumber around.
Absolutely. I bought a little hand cannon. I wanted him to be like the Faden from the so I bought a little hand cannon.
Nice.
So, and then they sent me this round piece, but I don't know what that's for. I'm gonna have to ask Bill Janowski or one of the other experts what I do with that, because I have no idea.
Very cool. Awesome. That's neat. So just yesterday, we were killing time before my son's concert. We went and picked him up from camp, but had to be back in 2 hours for his concert last night. And so we went out to eat, and there was a GameStop nearby. I hate going into GameStop and giving them money. I really do. But they had this figure on the shelf, and I had it pre-ordered at Big Bad Toy Store where it cost me $1 extra. So I went ahead and picked it up, and that is the re-release. This is nothing new. This is the re-release of the Green Goblin, and I figured I have to have him. But check them eyes out, though. Can you see those eyes?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to repaint those eyes because I don't feel like they're kind of like looking right at you.
Yeah, not really.
Like,
they're a little.
They're kind of like Nova's eyes.
Yes, I was just about to say a little.
Just kind of one's over there, one's kind of over there, just checking things out.
Blake says that's an extra torso. Okay, thank you, Blake. I was not sure what that was for, so thank you.
Oh.
Yeah, I like that. I like that Green Goblin. I don't have one. I'm gonna have to.
I don't either.
Put up eventually. I got this from my friend Jen, Lucky Sprinkles. She sent this to me free. This is a recovery figure from one of the figures that I lost. So thank you so much, Jen. It's one of my favorite figures. So thank you for sending that.
That was very nice of Jim to do that. That's really cool. This is one of my figures that I said was influenced by Curtis this week. So I watched his second episode of Travel Toy, which I loved, and I was literally sitting on the edge of my seat wondering what he was going to buy. And I was like, buy something, buy that thing, stop passing stuff up, buy that. I was literally on the edge of my seat. But he come across something in the video that I was like, ooh, I didn't know that was out, and that's just hanging on a peg at Walmart. And I was like, I wonder if that's still available, because that looks like a really cool toy, and I definitely would have picked it up if I'd been on the travel with him on the wherever he was going, his work trip. I don't know why he would have taken me on his work trip, but anyway, so I ordered this guy, which is the mutated gator. Is this Leatherhead? What do they call him? Leatherhead. So this is the Masters of the Universe with Ninja Turtles crossover. So of course this is what was the Ninja Turtle character called? Was he called Leatherhead or was he called Leatherneck? I can't remember.
I thought it was Leatherhead.
I think so. But is he made to look like Whiplash? Is that the deal here? But some really nice artwork on the back. And I've pretty much gotten out of this line. I don't really collect it anymore. I'm not picking them up religiously. But I just thought, man, the toy itself, it's so toyetic. You know, like it just
Toyetic.
looks like a fun 80s toy. And that's what caught my attention. I was like, dang, that thing looks good.
I like the head sculpt too.
Yeah, that's just so dope. So yeah, pick that up. And that's all thanks to watching Curtis's video. If I'd not watched it, I wouldn't even have thought twice about that. Unless I saw it in my store and then I'd been like, that's pretty cool.
My next pickup is a trade. I got this from I traded, I forget his name. He's not watching anyways. But anyways, Barbarian for a headhunter. So there you
really?
go.
And then you have Curtis. I mean, you have Heinrich getting you another. So
yeah, I only had
all?
two. So I wanted one to open and one to keep, but I thought I like the aesthetic. I like the paint. I'm a huge Beast Warriors, Skullman,
nice
Headhunter. I love those figures. I've got multiple of the Beast Warriors figures.
So I have been going into my local Targets pretty much every single day for the last 2 weeks, trying to help my buddy Alberto land a Target exclusive red suit cyborg Superman. Came out with the big Superman wave that just landed at Target. And I went in one morning, I forgot what day it was, but it was one day this last week, and I had to drop my son off at band camp. And so I was coming back through and it was like 7:58. I'm driving past Target. I know they open at 8 o'clock. So I was like, wow, we're going to pop in. So we stopped, we went in. I literally watched the guy unlock the door and went into the toy aisle, and they had a whole bunch of like trolleys out, little push carts out with boxes ready to be put out. And they had 3 boxes of McFarlane figures. They all said Superman. And I'm like, here we go. But what happened was somebody had already opened up each one of the 3 boxes, and there was one figure missing from all 3 boxes.
Rude.
And so either a Target employee had opened them in the back and pulled them all out, or then maybe the carts were put out on the floor the night before they closed and a customer got into them. But no red Superman from my buddy, but I did pick up the battle damaged Superman from the film that's coming out. I have opened this guy. I've been playing with him all week long. He is a lot of fun. This is one of the best McFarlane figures they've put out in a while. It just looks incredible. I got the battle damage version and not the clean version because I have the deluxe clean version coming from Big Bad Toy Store. So that's the one that's got the extra face plates. His suit is clean. It's the same head sculpt. He's got extra face plates. With like that, like a eyes lit up head, a smiling head, like an angry head. He's got different hands. He comes with a cloth cape instead of the plastic one that this one has. It's wired. He also comes with Crypto, the Wonder Dog. I don't think it moves or anything. It's just a single piece. But so since I have that one coming from Big Bad Toy Store, and I just got the email that it's processing this week, so they'll probably charge me soon. I went ahead and picked up the dirty version, and this thing is fire. It is It's really good. Like, it looks a lot like the actor, the suit. You know, typically McFarlane, the trunks bother me. And so, but this, since the trunks are red, all the cuts kind of like look appropriate. Yeah, it just kind of looks intentional and not just how they make all of their figures. I wish they would have put a still from the movie, but instead they put artwork. But yeah, this figure is really good. Like, I'm really looking forward to my deluxe Superman with all the faceplates. And I have one more pickup. Yeah. I actually got tickets this week. I have a local, we have 2 IMAX theaters in town, and one of them is participating in the early screening. So I was able to purchase tickets. It was sponsored through Amazon. So what you did is you went to amazonprime.com/Superman. You'd log in with your Amazon Prime account. It would take you to Fandango. And if your theater was participating, then it would show you times. A local theater was our local IMAX theater at AMC Movies was doing it, and so we got tickets for Tuesday night, 7 p.m. on July 8th. So we'll get to see it 3 days early.
Nice.
So I'm excited. I can't wait. I need this movie to be. I need it to be amazing. I need to believe in hope again, right now, and I need a movie to do that for me.
I'm with you, man. I hope that I love it because I want to love it.
Yeah.
I always loved Superman. That was the first superhero movie I've ever seen. I'm excited. You know, I wanted Henry Cavill to keep, you know, but I'll give this guy a try. It looks good. James Gunn's
He
good.
looks like he has wholeheartedly embodied it. So I am excited.
Yeah.
Brian Carson's got Superman and Fantastic Four tickets. Can't wait. And I love the image that Pedro Pascal put out this week. I guess a fan must have made it, but he reposted it. And it is a picture of Mr. Fantastic and Superman like sitting next to each other. And it has the Fantastic Four and the Superman logo intertwined. And it's just like, go see them both and enjoy them both. And I can't wait. They both look great.
I agree. Yeah, I'm stoked for both equally.
Andy says he's never seen anything in IMAX ever.
Andy,
really?
you got to fix
Have
that.
you never had to do this while watching a movie? Because that's what it's like. You're just
It's
like, oh,
the
there's
whole
something
wall.
happening over there. Yeah. Dude.
It's huge.
Do yourself a favor.
Yeah.
Exactly.
My last pickup is the most cherished one. I had mentioned it already. I had got scammed a bunch of stuff. And my buddy Mark here, like, must have been the next freaking day, grabbed Boreas, one of the things I had lost, and shipped it to me. So thank you so much for this beautiful steed. I've got on there Sir Gregory, the Rusted Knight.
Yeah.
Little brown soft goods on him.
Like it.
But thank you so much, dude, for this. That it touched my heart. Just reconfirmed what an amazing friend you are.
Oh man, of course.
Thank you for the figure that you and I
that's
worked
why I
on
asked
together.
you. I was like, which ones did you lose? Like, what'd you send this this jive turkey dirtbag? What'd you send him? And you give me a list, and I was like, I have that. I can send him that. Like,
yeah. So I'm in love. This is my favorite. This is my favorite thing, dude. And he
Yeah,
looks
man.
so good on it.
Yeah, he does. He looks great.
Got a little. I think this is like an Obi-Wan, like half poncho.
Hey,
that
I
put
like
on.
it. It looks good on there, man.
Yeah, little draped, little thing. But yeah, I love it. So thank you, Mark, so much.
Of course.
For sending that. I love you, man. I appreciate it.
Love you, buddy.
And that's my greatest pickup right there.
I appreciate it.
For my best buddy.
Curtis says he's seeing it early too. We should do a spoiler-free review together. I'm down for that. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I need to
That's
get tickets
that's really
now.
cool.
Gosh, dang it.
Yeah.
I want in on that.
I think they went on sale. I think it was Tuesday at 11 a.m. For the. I thought, because I mean, we're Tallahassee, we're a tiny town. I thought it's going to happen, but it'll happen in Jacksonville. And I'm like, as much as I want to see it early, I'm not going to drive on a Tuesday night 2.5 hours east, watch the movie for 2.5 hours, and then drive 2.5 hours home and get home at like 2 a.m. My wife has to go to work the next day.
Right.
I have to go to work the next day, but I work from home, so that's not really the same.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I'm not going to do it if it's in Jacksonville. I was surprised that we had one that was doing it in town. And so,
Yeah, I'll be about 45 minutes away, but it'll be worth it.
Thank you, Blake. I have one more pickup. This was from a local friend, went into a local Walmart and said, hey, they've got like 6 of these guys on the shelf. And I was like, sweet, I'm going to swing by tomorrow morning and pick one up. And I did get the McFarlane Toys Cyborg
Nice,
Superman. This thing looks incredible. This might be, again, I think McFarlane's really stepping up their game and they're giving us some real quality figures. I will say I do have one complaint about this figure, even though I haven't even opened him and taken him out of the box, but I did watch a couple reviews. And on this metallic leg, there is a hole that goes all the way through the leg just above the knee. And because they put that hole in there, that's not a double jointed knee. It's a single joint knee. So you're only going to get a single bend out of it. I think they're trying to prepare us because look at the artwork on the back. Look at that. That's all you're going to get on the knee bend right there. That's probably it. Just that much articulation. So I wish they hadn't have done that. I wish they still would have given us a double jointed knee, but otherwise just looks dope. It looks like it's kind of based on the Hush Superman body, which is a good body. We've got a wired cape in there that looks pretty good. And I don't have a Cyborg Superman. So that's gonna be my stand-in. I was gonna open one of those two for our unboxing today, but you had a better idea and one that I was super happy for. So let's do it. Let's get into our unboxings. All right, we're both diving into the Marvel Legends Gamerverse Spider-Man 2 video game. I got really lucky and found this guy on my shelves. I have never seen the black suit symbiote Spider-Man. I did come across the um, Barrica suit, the Brooklyn 2099 suit, Black Cat, and the Anti-Venom
Black Cat I
purple suit.
want.
So those are the ones that are selling now. And they are out and about. And then this is the Miles Morales upgraded suit. I did see the Black Cat. My buddy Scott picked her up.
Nice.
He said she's really nice. But I'm really glad that the Gamerverse figures are no longer exclusive, or at least maybe this wave was not exclusive to GameStop. Because, like I said, I really hate giving GameStop money. Mainly because I just think that they're run by terrible people, and the conditions they put on their employees are horrible.
I worked there for one Christmas, and that was
Their
good.
practices are horrible. Their store business, the business model is horrible. I don't like anything about them. So I kind of can't wait for them to go out of business.
So mine
I hate that people will lose their jobs, but I'm sorry.
With the thwip hands, comes with the wall hands and the fists, which I think every Spider-Man figure should come with.
You got to come with 6 hands.
Thwip,
Every single Spider-Man.
The fists and the wall hands.
I get 2 thrippers, two thrippers. I got 2 thrips. That's really great. I get 2 fists. 2 fists, 2 fists. But instead of wall crawling hands, I get 2 gesturing hands that have the electricity built in. So these are clear translucent yellow hands that they've painted blue. And if you can see on there, I don't know if you can see, but there is a gradient from the blue to the yellow. It's not just a hard stop.
Nice.
It looks really nice. This figure has some really nice mobility. Some of the new articulation that Hasbro is putting into their newer Spider-Man figures. This guy has. I don't know. Has anybody out there played the Spider-Man 2 game? Are you up on the story? Do you know what's going on?
I had it and I gave it to a friend, so I never got to play it.
I'm almost done.
Every single show.
Hi, Maddie. I like how he's a thinner body. It's not super muscular. He's got kind of a thin, kind of a wiry figure.
Yes.
Textures, I guess, from the game. It's not as smooth. So they completely retooled. It's not a reuse. But yeah, it got different kind of striping on the hands. The back of the hand is not the triangle. Now it's kind of a chevron, which is kind of different, but very cool. He's got the joint this way. He's got this here. Yeah, and he moves really well. It is very similar, I think, to the Maximum Spider-Man. I would say damn near identical. I don't really see anything different in it. I mean, basically the same construction, I would say. Moves really well. Didn't have to heat him up or anything, which is always nice. I don't know about his shoes. His shoes kind of look like loafers or something. Like he's got his dad's penny loafers, Uncle Ben's penny loafers or something.
Right.
I don't know. They're okay. But I'm always been a fan of the symbiote or black suit Spidey. So I had to pick this up. Kind of wish they'd given him maybe an extra head, maybe some other expressions or something. But
yeah, there's one of the things is there's no butterfly joints on that figure. So like one of my friends sent a video this morning from one of my new favorite Instagram toy reviewers. His name is River Billam. So if you want to look him up, RiverBillam. He is really, really good, and he did a comparison of the last four Marvel Legends Spider-Man figures and how they're all inconsistent. Some will have toe articulation, some won't. Some will have butterfly joints, some won't. Some will have the upside down U joint or the right side up U joint on the chest. Some won't. Some will be able to look all the way up. Some won't. And he's like, this is Spider-Man. Like, like it should be like a bare minimum. And if you guys haven't had a chance to check out Scott and I's first episode of our podcast, Across the Toyverse, you will know that we talk about Spider-Man and how Spider-Man action figures are actually probably driving the articulation front for all action figures. Because if you think about it, you want to get a Spider-Man figure that can get into some of those really good poses, and then allowing for those really good poses creates opportunities for other toy companies to add that style of articulation. So it's kind of like almost in a weird roundabout way, the character of Spider-Man is kind of driving the articulation points that eventually get used in other action figures.
The engineering of the figures and their articulation.
Right. Because like this guy can't really bend his foot any more forward than that. So if you're trying to get him in like one of these poses, I mean, he looks good, but the foot is out. Like, so, not having that extra ability, even with like a toe hinge, which I'm not the biggest fan of toe hinges, honestly.
Me neither.
But I need my foot to be able to bend forward a little bit more when it comes to Spider-Man. Did anybody play the new Spider-Man game? Are you up on the story? The story is really good. Like it's pretty solid.
I need to pick up the second one.
How does this figure? How does your Spider-Man 2 figure feel in hand? Mine feels very solid and very sturdy and well made, except for the arms. The arms are very kind of gummy and bendable.
Arms are a little gummy. The figure does feel a little bit gummy to me, but I don't really mind it. It's I'm going to play with it for a minute and put it on my shelf. The knees are kind of weird a little bit. So the knee kind of separates weirdly.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. That's what they're doing here too. I have the same style, how it kind of, but I mean, that double joint is really nice. Like it
is. I mean, look, I mean, he can do that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the dude can do some amazing, I think it's like, I mean, he can sit on a wall.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So, I can't complain. I can't complain. For $25, this figure all day is a good figure.
Yeah, absolutely. And I have him pre-ordered from Big Bad Toy Store. It just hasn't shipped yet, but I think it's coming soon.
The texture is kind of odd. I know it's just a design choice by probably the game designers. But it's kind of odd. It's got some weird kind of squiggly textures, or like he melted or something. I don't know.
Oh yeah. The way the suit is designed, the Venom suit,
it's not
the symbiote,
smooth,
it's very alive and organic.
Yeah.
But man, this guy's got a great Spider-Man head. I'm sure you could pop this off and put it on other Spider-Man heads if you want.
Yeah,
of course,
I like
even
the
though
colors
this
on
is
that one.
This is Miles Morales. I love that the suit continues up into the chest and across the back. So when you bend it, you don't really lose the design of that. But that's a great head. Lots of blue here, very little red. But a good pairing with Spider-Man's upgraded suit from the first game. For sure. And this week I ordered the huge Venom. The thing is 12 inches tall. I got the big Venom. I got it from Walmart because they had it it wasn't even on sale. They just had it for $49.99, which is like $10 off MSRP. But the weird thing is they also had one listed for $59.97. Like,
Walmart.
Why would I buy that one? It's like Walmart's Walmarting again.
Yeah, they're odd.
Checking back in with the chat here. Let's see here. Andy says, wish they'd given him some other hand attachments. Yep. Yeah, this Superboy is really cool. That is a great Superboy. Yeah, 100%. The Mafex one. Andy says they're not exclusive anymore, like gaming grades for Black Series, which is great because I don't want to have to track down because I don't have a GameStop near me. All of my GameStops are like spread out through
Yeah,
the
I don't
city and they're
either.
all far away from me.
So he doesn't have a swivel at his hip. He just has the upper abdomen. Like there's no other swivel. So that's kind of odd.
Mm-hmm.
There's no swivel down here. There's no swivel there.
Oh, yeah.
Is yours?
See, mine has the swivel. And see,
Yeah,
that's so
no,
weird
yeah,
because
mine
these are
does
in
not.
because you've got the upper chest.
Yes,
See,
yes.
you've got
This.
the upper chest swivel. Mine does not. Mine just has you see, that's what we're talking about.
That is
Like
odd.
this is they're both from the same wave, and they chose to tackle these two figures from the same source material in two different ways, which is
Yeah.
kind of odd to me that there's not like a
They could have
universal
did
standard.
a lower cut down here. They could
Right.
have done it
But because see, he's got the upside down, like the U shape,
yeah.
and mine's got the other one. You see how my U shape goes up. So
I
my
wonder.
bend is like my bend bends forward,
Yeah.
like with the articulation point pointing up, yours points down, and so that gives the waist articulation. See, it's just weird. I wonder why they do that. Maybe because that's a bigger body and this is a slimmer body. I'm not sure.
I don't know. Does yours have the boot cut swivel?
No, I have no boot cut at all.
Yeah, this one's got a boot cut swivel right here at the boot.
But I do have thigh cut and double joints.
Yeah, this one's got thigh cut and double joints. But yeah, he's got boot cut.
Very weird.
So, good figure. It's worth $25 for sure. Glad I picked it up.
Yeah, I'm just sitting around here posing the Superboy thanks to Mayfix. Spider-Man like articulation. That's right, absolutely. Gotta love great head, absolutely, 100%. But at the same time, appreciate they made Peter and Miles different from each other. Yes, they did. They made them like in the game, they are decidedly different. Whereas in the comics, they're very similar. But in the video game, because of gameplay mechanics, they really want to focus a lot on Miles's electricity, and that makes him like physically different than Peter in that way, that he has a lot of electric attacks and can turn invisible, and all of that plays into the gameplay aspect of the game, him being that different from Peter. Whereas in the comics, I think they're just trying to make them very similar to one another. At least I feel like that. Okay, so that's going to get us to our double down. So let me find the clip for that. So earlier this week, our good friends over at Savage Crucible, Curtis, cover your ears,
Yeah, right.
put out a press release saying, or social media announcements, that Wave 2 had finally arrived into their Alabama warehouse, and they were going to be shipping out to Kickstarter backers first, then retailer, then direct pre-orders through Savage Crucible, and then to retailer pre-orders next. And they were going to be holding back some quantity for shows. Hopefully, we will see them next week at Joe Fest. That would be fantastic. But the figures that are currently shipping are the one we've got, like I think like four or five figures here, and then they're going to be shipping a couple of character packs that have extra heads, extra armor, bunch of weapons. If you're interested in what these pre-production models might have looked like, samples from the studio, you can go back and just search Savage Crucible in my reviews. The guys from over there were really sweet, and they sent me the pre-production paint samples, and they let me do an early review of each one of them. So if you want to go check them out, you certainly can. One of the ones that I did not get my hands on because they had not revealed at the time was this guy, and that is the Frazetta Warrior.
Yes.
With what they call the ball and chain. So Curtis says, another super chat. Thank you for that, buddy. He says, Darla just went, they said the name of the show. Yeah, we always try to work that in. Yeah, Darla is the best. So tell me, did you pre-order this guy?
I did. Yeah, I'm a huge Frazetta fan, Barbarian fan.
Right.
I probably come from a line of barbarians somewhere.
I would imagine so.
But yeah, I saw this, I think originally at PowerCon. I think they had an early, model of it, build of it, and it looked super cool. and it was just such a huge difference from their first wave. It really caught my eye. So yeah, I pre-ordered this guy for sure for Kickstarter.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I did too. I am super excited. This guy looks absolutely incredible. The armor, the painting on the armor, everything looks. I can't have enough barbarians or Conan figures in my life for sure. Next up, we have Jaeger, who is my personal favorite of this wave, and that is this wolf-like rogue highwayman thief. I love this design. I love this whole idea. He does come with a hooded head and an unhooded head. He's very feral looking. His armor is very, very cool. A lot of chainmail and leather. It looks underneath the soft goods robe, which he did not have during my preview, which looks fantastic. And this is all new photography, by the way. So they have some new photos available to them, and I love the photos here. But he looks very like his armor underneath looks very like Witcher 3 inspired. So
Yeah,
Geralt
I
of
passed on this
Rivia.
one, and I wish I hadn't.
Oh
I think
yeah,
Heinrich said he got 2, so I'm hoping that he will sell me one.
nice.
Because I mean, I just went off of the first Kickstarters were like drawings, so
Yeah.
we didn't really know. And then your review of the figures which were awesome. It kind of had changed my mind, but now seeing this painted up, fully complete figure, I'm like, wow. Now, aren't the pauldrons a little bit different than the mythic pauldrons? I remember the pauldrons were different in some
Yes,
way, and how
and
they
they
connected,
were
or
a little difficult because there's two holes in the shoulders. There's one for armor and then one for like you can kind of like stack the armor. But yeah, you can have them in different positions. Yeah, and these shoulder pauldrons do work with or without that soft goods. They're just a little more difficult, but I'm waiting to see if any of those tolerances changed in wave 2. I'm hoping so. I'm hoping that there is some
super
differences
cool.
there. And he says he sent me a pic of the Hot Toys head. Absolutely. Thank you, buddy. I'll give that a look.
Yeah, I love the
J Mac
shop
says
list.
he's super excited for him and Nashborn. And then Curtis says Jaeger would probably be the only one I consider getting. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Very ranger and rogue looking. Yeah, that's what I love about this figure is that he's not just a werewolf, wolf, halfling type creature. But it's that he's a rogue. I love that, and not just immediately some sort of like warrior or feral beast. He's like more cunning and
Right.
quiet and planning. And I really dig that. J Max says he really enjoyed the advanced look at Nashborn Mark. Those were beautiful figures. They were, and those were just pre-production, like paint samples. Like, can you imagine like how these are going to move?
You got to
Next up
keep
is
those,
another.
right?
Huh?
So you got to keep those, right?
Oh no. Those had to go back. No, those had to go back to shows. I had to catch them when they were between shows, so they could send them to me, and then I could get them back out.
That was
So I'm
awesome that they
very
did that.
appreciative that they trusted me enough to do that. They're all great guys over there. Next up, we have Krieger, another barbaric warrior. I love that. Look at that shoulder armor up there. It looks like it's got some sort of creature on it. It just looks so good. I love the asymmetrical design. Again, another barbaric warrior looking good. Lots of armor and like mixed media for like the fur looking belt area and then like the leather cloth. And that sword is incredible. This guy is going to be a lot of fun. Do you have him coming as well?
I was just checking to see my Kickstarter. I don't think I got him either. I do like that figure very much, though. I'll have
Well,
to
all of
check.
these that we're showing are shipping now or are in the process of starting to ship just this week. So be patient. But if you want to get your hands on any of these figures, please head over to articulatedempire.com and you can pre-order them now. And Steve will be getting them very soon. And you can be one of the first to get your hands on them. So head over to Articulated Empire and go ahead and drop a pre-order on them. Next up, we have one of the villains from the group, Nashorn. I love this guy. This guy is just
Very cool.
wicked cool. It's got this all black body, these really cool horns that are very reminiscent of Hellboy. So anytime you bring in Hellboy design stuff, I'm there. It looks great. This is just looking great. I know you've got this guy coming, right?
Definitely. Yeah, I love the horns. The horns are super cool. And what a huge difference too. The paint. Sometimes the paint really makes the figure.
Yeah, the
And
reds, the
color,
golds
the
here, it's
color
all
choices.
very rich.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, this
beautiful.
looks incredible. Yeah, he's definitely going to be bringing some shelf presence for sure. And then we have the aptly named Who Man. Uh, kind of a funny play on his name there, but we do have Human, and then we're have another look for him as well. So it's kind of like this gladiator style. He's very much your He-Man esque good guy warrior. He's looking pretty cool here. And again, not only are you getting these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 figures in this wave, you're also getting 2 character packs that come with different heads, bloody head variants, weapons, armor, and you can really change out the look at these guys, especially your barbarians. They're going to look good. They're going to work great with your Lemurians from wave 1, but also look great with this. And if you buy multiples of like Krieger or Human, then you can change out the heads and create some just like bad guys, some generic bad guys for them to beat up and punch. And having generic bad guys in your wave to army build is always a good thing.
Absolutely.
Bobby Vala is really good at that in Action Force, just creating good generic bad guys for your heroes to fight.
You gotta have fodder.
Yeah, not a lot of other toy groups do that. They concentrate on named characters. Just about every single person that comes out is almost a named character. Mythic Legions does a really good job of it too with your Legion builders. Like you can have like army builders and fodder for them to fight. So again, if you're wanting to get your hands on these early, go ahead and head over to Articulated Empire right now. Drop some pre-orders. I think Steve has it set up where you can either pre-order with like $5 or $10 down and then pay the rest later, or you can pay now, pay the whole amount now. But go ahead and hit him up over at articulatedempire.com and help him out as a small business and get yourself in line to be one of the first few people to get those Wave 2 figures in hand. I hope they have them at Joe Fest. If they do, I will be coming home with
let me know.
Frazetta Warrior and Krieger, the Wolf Rogue, because those are my favorites. Let's see. Andy says he loves that axe. Again, sorry, I don't know which one you were talking about. And then just seeing him, oh yeah, he's an 80s villain, Nashorn. So yeah, absolutely. Another great show, buddy. Another great show. Thanks for everybody who the aptly named Sir not appearing in this film. Absolutely. Thanks for everybody for tuning in and joining us in the chat today. Had a great time on the show.
Always.
Definitely go check out Greg's New to Mythics. I think we're trying to hit up a spot when I can come back and join.
Yes, the 29th, you and Curtis will return to the live format. It's a Sunday, so hopefully your schedule will be open.
Unofficial triple jointed reunion.
That's right.
Oh, I did want to give another little update for everybody who is in the chat. Who's watching. We have 21 people watching. That's fantastic. Thank you guys. Just a little update because I was late to update this on the posts here on YouTube, is that we have decided for the time being to push the Tribe, our AWOC fan channel show, to once a month. It'll probably be on the same schedule as being not on the same weekend as New to Mythics. So we won't be doing one tomorrow. We'll probably be doing one. So we're supposed to do it last weekend, so not this weekend, so maybe next. So in 2 weeks. So we're going to do it every month. We're still going to be doing it, but news and production is kind of slowing down over there because of tariffs and trying to get figures out. And we still want to support the guys, but as it's kind of like slowing down, we're going to slow down a little bit, trying to match it. Because what we want to do is we want to be able to deliver a good enough show and not just every week come on and like say the same stuff and blow the same smoke. Like we really want to come and like deliver a really good show and have like stuff to talk about. So for the time being, hey, when things pick back up, we'll pick back up and we'll probably go back to every 2 weeks when things get going again. We have Killian Giles here. Hi, how you doing? I'm glad you popped in to say hi right here at the end of the show. And New to Mythics. You've got Across the Toyverse, our new podcast between me and Scott.
A lot of content.
A lot of content.
Curtis got 100 shows at least off world. shooting the
And
shelf
we've talked
on
about having
Sunday.
Curtis come on and doing a triple jointed like once a month. So yeah, we're trying to expand and kind of give you guys
That's
more
right.
of what you really like. So thanks to everybody in the chat. Thanks for all the super chats. Curtis, you didn't have to do that. You guys are just amazing.
Love you guys.
We know
Thank you so much.
safe travels for everybody who is out and hitting toy shows. We know Heinrich and John are at Maryland Toy
Jeff, too.
Expo. I think Jeff is heading down to the Orlando like Comic and Toy Expo or something that's going on down there. I don't know about know about Terrence. I don't know if he's hitting that up this weekend or not.
I don't know.
But safe travels for everybody traveling. Again, next weekend. We'll probably have to do a pre-recorded show for next
I was
Saturday.
going to ask you about that. Yeah.
Because I'll be at Joe Fest. Yeah. So we'll probably need to do a pre-recorded on one day this week or one night this week. We'll get together. We'll figure something out.
Yeah. I'm good for it.
Oh, we do see your comment. You probably won't see my comment, but just wanted to say hi and that we've been watching for a while. I do see it.
Thank you, Killian.
Well, thank you very much. Long time watcher, first time chatter.
Appreciate you.
Thank you so very much.
You.
We appreciate every single person who tunes in to watch us ramble about toys. And yeah, who was that? William Houston said, "Now go play."
Absolutely. Yes.
Paul Morales says, "Take care, collectors." And then Killian says, "I love your videos on YouTube." Well, thank you so very much. We love you as well. So thank you guys so very much. Catch us where you catch us. And Greg and I will see you around in the toy house. See you next week.